everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Brittany and today I'm going to do the 2024 September bullet journal spread setup for you. And for September, I decided that I was going to do hot air balloons, and that is because there are a couple hot air balloon festivals in my state, not close to me, however. They're all very far away. I have to do about 2.5 to 3 hours in the car to see any of them. So, yeah. But those happen in September, so I want to do my spread on that. So I'm just going to start lining. I have a cute little quote that I'm doing. And I do have some quotes throughout, so you'll get to see those. I'm not going to do any fancy lettering. I'm just going to do my regular handwriting. And I have wanted to see a hot air balloon show or festival for quite some time. And I thought I was going to get to go last year, but I didn't get to go. Maybe I will try some of these artist pens. I've not used those in a bullet journal yet, so let's try something new. And so this year I really want to go. I'm going to do it. Ooh, that's kind of like a highlighter. I wonder if that will erase the pencil underneath. Hopefully that's dry. Let's see. Okay, it will. I was a little worried there for a minute. So I wanted to go last year, and in Ravenna, Ohio, they have a huge hot air balloon festival every year. And last year I really wanted to go. They had this gorgeous shaped or themed hot air balloon that was shaped like a seahorse. So that is what my opening spread is going to be. I just found a picture of it online from somebody who had gotten to go and see it, and I just did my best to sketch it, what it looks like. Now let's see if I can erase that pencil, because I'm really concerned about that now. Looks like if I work at it a little bit, it'll come up. Maybe I should use a darker color. We'll work on that off camera. Okay. I think it'll be fine though. And so this year at the Ravenna Hot Air Balloon Show, the shaped or themed hot air balloon is in the shape of an eagle. And I thought, oh, that would be beautiful. They've already shown their balloon lineup for the year, so that's how I know that that's what it's going to be this year. Let's try a darker color this time, and let's erase this a little bit more. Okay. And then there's another one, kind of the same distance north, a little bit further south though than the Ravenna one. I can't remember the city that it's in, but I thought, oh, well, it's okay if we don't make the Ravenna one because we can go to this one. And we didn't get to make it to that one either. But they have, I say, about 5 less balloons than the Ravenna one, but it's still an all-day or all-weekend event, rather, I should say. And I wanted to go to that one. I think it's Maze Valley Hot Air Balloon Festival. And then there's another one in West Virginia called Balloons Over Morgantown. And I thought we'd make it to that one, but we didn't get to it last year. So this year, I'm really hoping that we get to go to one of them. But they start in September, those festivals. And so that is why I picked hot air balloons for my September spread. And then I do have a pen pal who grew up near Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I guess they have this huge one out there. He was telling me about it. I'm pretty sure he grew up out there. That or he went to college out there. And then he has a relative too who was a hot air balloon pilot, which I think is so cool. But he was telling me about how he would love to see it again and how he might go back home because he still has family out there. And I thought, how neat would that be to just like hop in a car or a plane and go out there and, you know, just see all of those balloons. I think that would be so much fun. So here's hoping, but like I was all prepared too for my pen pals to celebrate and share with them the experience of going last year. Like I got some empty hot air balloon tape and washi stickers to decorate my envelopes and letters with. I made some washi that had hot air balloons. I had decorated some envelopes with hot air balloons so that I could put their address inside the balloon. All this stuff, and then I didn't get to make it. But like I said, hopefully I get to go this year. And I'd really like to get a hotel and stay because like I said, some of these events are weekend long. And it would just be cool to explore the areas where they are. Maybe see if there's some geocaches nearby or do some urban sketching. I think that would be a good time. And then of course, because Ravenna is so close to where I went to grad school, it would be awesome to visit campus and like go to the library, visit the bookstore, maybe eat in the cafe, what have you. So we'll see what I'm able to plan. So my quote on the reverse of my opening page is, "Be the sunshine and lift everyone up like a hot air balloon." I thought that was really clever. It's kind of like that really popular saying, be the change you want to see in the world. And that there's another one, we rise by lifting others. I kind of went back and forth between all of those because I liked them all, but this is the one that I went with. So okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out because I want this to be a Dutch door. And then I'm also gonna try another new art supplies, which I talked about in my recent art supply and stationery haul video. It is that watercolor set, the 24 watercolor set, and paint this in. So I'm trying to think if I should paint it and then cut it or cut it and paint it. I think I'm gonna cut it and then paint it. So I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna come back. All right, so I did the outline first, and for that I used the Tsuki black Tombow pen for that. I couldn't think of what it was called for a minute. And then for the finer details, I'm going to use a Pigma Micron pen in 01. And just do like the little basket drawing. And then a little opening. Okay. Do forgive any background noise. My little kitten is out playing with the dog, Snoopy, so hopefully they won't play too hard and make too much noise, but just in case you hear it, that's them. I'm gonna keep working on this and I will come back. Alright, so I have the Dutch door cut, and I went ahead and erased some of the pencil marks, and now I'm going to go in there with my new paint set. Let me see here. I think this brush will be fine. I'll just go with this one to start. And this is the 24-piece set that I was talking about. And I've not used much of this at all, but we're gonna give it a try. So you just get this a little wet here. Okay, I just put some water in the cap of my little spritz bottle, and then I'll get to painting. Let me see here. So I'm not sure how these colors are going to turn out, but I want it to be bright and bold like the colors I used over here. So I'm going to stick with red, gold, yellow, those sort of colors, and some blue. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is in between the shoulder fin or the arm, I want to do that light yellow that I did with the body over here, just to make it a little bit different. Okay, and then for the eye, I want to do like a little undertone of the little brow here, just to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow, and then some color to the eye. And I think maybe I could go really light around the edges for a shadow. Okay, so while this dries, I'm going to get this put away here. I'm going to do our little calendar here for September, and then hopefully by the time I'm done with that, it'll be, the rest of the seahorse will be dry enough that I can go to our first spread. So I'm going to work on that and I'll come back. So I've finished our little calendar. The seahorse is still a little wet, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put like a piece of paper down to kind of protect our quote. And I'm just going to use some of this 32-pound copy paper, because I think that that'll be enough of a barrier. Okay, hopefully that doesn't mess up our seahorse. Doesn't look like it's going to. Alright, so our next spreads are, of course, you guessed it guys, the music and movies. And I think what I'm going to do is use these, Another New Supply, because you guys know how I like doing that. These are those bright, bold colors that we were just working with for the seahorse, and they are those Dylusions paint pens. So I'm just going to use those. Okay, check on our seahorse. It still looks a little wet, so I'm just going to leave that there. Alright, now our next spread is going to be starting into our weeks, and because the paint is taking a while to dry, I think I'll only do the year, and then everything else I'm going to line with either these Dylusion pens, the Faber-Castell PITT artist pen brushes, or these Tombow Funesque pens, or the Micron. So I'm going to work on that and I'll come back. Just coming back on real quick guys to give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing here. So in the middle of my week, I have divided it, and I did the divider line in this, I think it's London Blue. Yeah, London Blue Dylusions paint pen. And that is because I'm going to put hot air balloons in the middle like they're floating. Okay, I think I'm ready to line that in. And my lines are never the same as my pencil, so I'll have to do some erasing. I don't know why that is. I think I just, when I get my pen, I just kind of sketch it all over again. Alright, so I've done some more watercolor here. I've drawn another teapot. And before I go any further, I want to show you the colors. So I was using ultramarine pale, turquoise blue, cadmium scarlet, lemon yellow, and cadmium yellow. So those are what I used to do this. And then just to be safe, I'm going to put in some of our scrap paper between these pages before I go on to the next one. Okay, so you can see here how it bled through. And instead of doing the bubbles this time, I think what I'm going to do is sketch some clouds and then very lightly paint them in. Alright, so I have gone ahead and I have lined the wig. I've drawn a floral hot air balloon, a big one in the middle, and then I've taken a water brush pen and used some of that soapy blue to do a couple of clouds that I'm going to go in with our watercolors and kind of give some detail to them, if I can here. Just kind of put a little wisp here and there. So this would be just very lightly laying your pen, or not your pen, your brush down and then doing a swoop and coming back up with your brush. And the reason why I used some more of that fountain pen / watercolor soapy water is because I really like the shimmer that's in it. So I just wanted to put some of that in there. And then because there's bleed through right there, I think what I'm going to do is take that that white gel pen, and just go back over that and see if I can't cover some of that up. Alright, now I'm going to start adding details to my flowers. And we're really going to get to see this palette. Because for the flowers, I'm going to go outside of our yellow, orange, blue, and really give them some color. This is going really well, about how I envisioned it. Also, if you don't want to use a white gel pen to cover up any bleed through, you could use white gouache. I don't really have any right now, and I don't want to dig through all my paints to get mine out, so I'm just going to use the gel pen. I want to try this. Oh no, that's blue. Let's try this one. That's better. There we go. I like it. The colors are very bold. Alright, so I'm going to keep working on these flowers and I'll come back on. Alright guys, I have finished painting the flowers. I did a variety of colors. And I used the Rose Madder Deep, Cadmium Scarlet, Cobalt Violet, Black, Turquoise Blue, Ultramarine, Malachite, Viridian, and I think it's the Lemon Yellow for the center, and then the Burnt Sienna for the basket. I think that it's pretty much dry, but just to be safe, I am going to put some scrap paper between the pages. And for the cloud, I did use that white gel pen Uniball Signo to do the cover up, and then I liked how it looked, so I added some more wisps to the clouds with the white gel pen. Oh, and I need to do my quote real quick. Let's do it in green. Yeah, it's good. So this is some scripture that I thought went really well with the hot air balloon theme. And it is James 1:17. Every good and perfect gift is from above. Thought that that went really well. Okay, and then for the sake of time for this video, because I'm already over an hour, I'm going to go in and decorate the rest of this, and then I'm just going to come on and flip the rest. Alright, so I'm going to work on that and I'll be back. Alright guys, I thought I would come back on here for this next week's spread because I'm just messily drawing birds, and I mean very, very messily. And then I'm going to go in with my pen and do greater detail on them. But I thought that you might like to see me do a couple of these birds. And this is a hot air balloon that's kind of like a nest that's being carried away by all these little birds. And I thought that that was really cute too, so I wanted to include it. Okay, and these are little eggs in the little nest basket. But I've let all of this dry overnight, and when I finished it was past midnight last night, so this is the next day. And then for the first weeks I did the bubble technique where I blew in the watercolor saturated ink water, and the bubbles, you could see them, but it was very faint. So what I did was I took a blue Sakura Micron Pigma pen and I just went in and kind of did like a rough outline of the bubbles so that they would stand out a little bit more. And then I did some details with the watercolor on the teapots. And I did outline the 2024 with a black Sakura Pigma pen just because I thought that it looked a little bit better. For week 2, I did a multicolored floral hot air balloon, and then I did the little wisps with the white gel pen, and I think that that gave the clouds a little bit of a highlight. And then I took those Dylusions paintbrush pens and I went over my quote, and for week 2 the quote is every good and perfect gift is from above, and that's James 1:17. For week 3 I did the bird hot air balloon, and excuse me, originally I wanted there to be a lot more birds, but I decided to leave it as it was because I wanted to see the clouds coming through. I'll hold it up so you can see that hopefully. But then I just took some of that burnt sienna on the tip of my paintbrush and did a little bit of splatter and or dots to kind of fill in the balloon a little bit. And then I did some fine tip of the brush work to do the strings for the basket. And the basket is supposed to be a nest with little robin eggs in it. And then for the quote, I just did up, up, and away in the yellow Dylusions Lemon Zest brush pen, or paint pen. Excuse me. For week 4, I think we're on, I did another singular hot air balloon in the center, and then I put a little bit of flower decoration on the side here. And originally I had painted this very lightly, and then I decided you could still see some of the little dots of the dot notebook, so I decided to go back in a second and third time and darken that watercolor up. But I think it looks good dark. And then the quote for this week is, God's plan for my future are far greater than my fears. I really liked that one. Again, I did the same thing with the clouds. I used that bubble water that I was doing in the first week to do the body of the clouds, and then I took that watercolor and did some outline and some highlights with the Uniball Signo white gel pen. For the last week, I didn't do a divider in the middle of the page because there was only 2 days left, so I just put them at the top. The quote is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I really like that one. And then for my mood tracker, I am going to do a flower hot air balloon. So I just did the little banner for the mood tracker, and then I have the basket, but these are the colors that I'm going to use for the mood, and I decided I was going to do them with the Dylusions pens. So for every day, I'm just going to draw a flower and build out the hot air balloon. You can kind of see the shape of it already. And then this way it'll be a multicolored moody balloon. And then for the month of gratitude, on the opposite, I did the Faber-Castell artisan pen brush, or brush pens, to do the purple lines every other. And then this yellow is the same yellow we were using on the seahorse to underline gratitude. And then for the month in Polaroids, I decided that I was going to still do balloons, only because I wasn't sure I'd be able to fit in little hot air balloons. I decided that I was going to do like letter balloons that you can get. Okay guys, so something else that I wanted to do, I mentioned earlier when I first started about how I got some stationery when I thought I was going to go to a balloon festival last year, and to use like on my pen pal letters. So I thought I would just go get that and then kind of decorate around here with it. So this is that empty Bande tape. They are little individual washi hot air balloon stickers, and I think that they would be really cute to put around here. Now I don't know where all you can get these, because I did get them last year, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to find them, but I got my set from Yoseka Stationery. I ordered online. I absolutely love their store. I get a lot of my Hobonichi stuff from them. I like it there. I think the red looks good. This I just love next to the body of the seahorse because it's like the same alternating colors. And then I just thought I would put a couple of these here and there also throughout my planner or my weeks. Maybe like on my month in Polaroid, since I did the letter balloons there. So glad I remembered to show you guys these, because I know I talked about them. Okay, and then I also have these little set of umbrella washi. And I know you're probably thinking, well, what does that have to do with hot air balloons? Well, if I do get to go to that Maze Valley Hot Air Balloon Festival this year that I was telling you guys about, they actually have a little umbrella alley on the way to the field where they do the hot air balloon liftoffs. And I think it would be really cool to have that tape in here. So the tape, I believe I got from Owl Crate, which is a book subscription. It's a monthly book subscription box. Maybe one here by September. I think this color would go well. Yeah, that looks really good. And then maybe like one down in the notes section. That looks good. I think I'm just going to keep doing that. I think the color of this one goes really well with all the different colors of the birds. So I'm going to kind of put that with the bird hot air balloon. And then we started over with our original design. So how many balloon differences is that? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I miss one? I don't think so. So you have 11-ish different types of hot air balloons in this roll. And I think that that's a great variety. Just keep adding these. For my little gratitude section, I might do them going up the side. I think that that would be really cute. Okay. I don't think I'm going to put one on this side just because I don't want to take away from my mood tracker. And if I had enough different ones of these, I think it would be really cool to have a big hot air balloon made out of all these little different ones. But I don't have enough. There's only like 11. Okay, and then I'll just put a couple here. And then, like I said, the umbrella washi, I'll save that for the spread that I'm going to do after the month in Polaroids, where I kind of document my trip if I get to go. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much. I will put this information in the description box for you.